Yo, what's good YouTube? This is Jay from T&J, and we are finally here. The Marquette Golden Eagles Dynasty is finally here. We moved on from Indiana, starting this new series, and this is going to be a bit of a challenge. We are starting out at about 52 overall. I believe we're 52 on offense, 55 overall on defense, 1 star. So we're definitely going to have our work cut out for us in this dynasty. But before hopping into the nitty gritty of it, let's just look at how we're going to set this dynasty up. So definitely going to play on Heisman, 7-minute quarters. We're going to have the speed threshold at 5. That way there's a big difference between, the fastest player and the slowest players. And that way, when you're running through blockers like holes up the middle or something like that, defensive tackles won't break off and just tackle you right there. There's actually a speed threshold that helps with that cheese that the computer likes to do. So now we're gonna just look at the sliders here. So I'm gonna continue the same sliders I had in the last dynasty. User quarterback accuracy at 5. That's a pretty accurate thing, just because you're not going to complete every pass. You're going to have some overthrows, going to have some perfect throws. So 5 is the perfect setting for user. But I mean, we definitely have some bad quarterbacks. We're going to get to the roster in a little bit, but 30 pass blocking works pretty well as well. It gives you enough time to throw the ball, but it's not overpowering. Wide receiver catching at 40, running back ability at 30. All this is just low, just because it bounces the computer pretty well. I mean, the computer does do some cheesy stuff, but you don't want to be overpowering as well. You want to make it a challenge. So all of this, the link is in the description for the sliders, so check that out if you want to look at a base set. It's from Operation Sports. I did tweak it a little bit to make it tougher on me, but besides that, if you want some realistic gameplay, definitely check out theirs. Let's just move over to computer. So this is where I made the most adjustments. So QB accuracy at 20. They still do make some errant throws once in a while. For the most part, they still do have that accurate quarterback cheese that they always do have, that perfect throw. But if you're playing against bad quarterbacks, they do have bad throws. So I think that's the biggest distinction between the default and this. When you play a bad quarterback, they definitely show that they're bad. So pass blocking at 50 isn't too bad. I do get about maybe like, I don't know how many I'll get with this team, but with Indiana I probably got around like probably somewhere between 1 and 3 sacks a game. You don't want to get too overpowering, but sometimes if you do play a bad offensive line or a quarterback that's trying to scramble all the time, I do get more sacks than that. Running back ability at 90, it makes it realistic instead of that robotic running back that you might face with the Heisman cheese. Run blocking at 55. I gotta admit, it's a little overpowering, but it's the challenge that I like about it. Pass coverage at 70 and interceptions at 35, so they don't try to intercept, and they do drop picks and they do deflect passes. If you have the interceptions too high, they'll just intercept everything that comes their way. 70 rush defense, which is a bit of a challenge, and 60 tackling. So now let's just look at our roster, because remember, I told you that we're going to be 50s overall. This is going to be quite, we have a lot of holes to fill. I gotta admit, we got a lot of holes to fill. If you look at all of our positions here, highest rated overall guys, 267 overalls, 1 on offense, 1 on defense. Let's just go position by position. So we're definitely going to have a quarterback battle here. 264 overall quarterbacks, 162, 1 senior and 2 juniors, and they all have a different quality to them. They have different traits. So DeLuca is he's probably our most well-rounded guy. He's got decent throw power, decent throw accuracy. It's not horrible, but he's not the guy that's going to be running the ball. Wolf is a guy that's got 79 speed. He's our scrambler that we have, but look at his accuracy, 68, but we have higher throw power, 75, 1 point above DeLuca. But Carrington is the guy that's the accuracy guy. He doesn't have the arm. He's got 67 throw power, but 78 throw accuracy. So we're definitely going to have a quarterback battle going into the spring game. Going into the spring game as well, we have a running back battle. So Ingram is our power back. He's a senior as well. He's got 81 excel, 70 break tackle, 84 truck, but he's got a battle between Glenn Hall. I mean, Glenn Hall 66 trucking, 60 break tackle, but he's got 86 excel and 86 speed, so he's a little faster. He brings that element in the passing game that we may want. they both have similar carrying, but it's basically power versus speed. I don't know who's gonna win that battle, but definitely a battle worth watching. And behind them we have 3 seniors who pretty much aren't going to touch the field. Maybe if one of them gets hurt, that'll probably be the only way. Looking at the other positions, Rogers at receiver, he's going to be our best receiver, and he's 67 overall. There's a huge drop off after him. He is a sophomore, so we'll have him for 3 years. 88 excel, but if you look behind him, Medley's a senior. He's 83 speed. Then we have McCray, who's a 61 overall freshman. He's gonna get redshirted because, I mean, if it's no big thing. I mean, look at this. All these seniors behind him, 5 seniors and 1 junior behind him, so we're not really missing anything. He's not like he's a game changer. Let's look at all their receiving ratings here. So nobody's overpowering. Rogers is our best, 70 catching. He's got 80 route running, so we're definitely gonna be using him a lot more than anybody else. It doesn't look like anybody else has any other 70 overall rating except Gooden down here. He's got 70 route running, so maybe he'll touch the field. I don't know. It's really gonna be a position battle between all these receivers because they're all bad pretty much. So Cantrell is our best tight end. Not even worth looking at all their ratings because they're pretty low. Our tackle position, 63 overall. Guard is 62. Look at this, it's 59, 55, 64, 63. So one of these tackles is going to actually start at guard for us. We don't know which one it's going to be, but we definitely have to recruit on O-line. D-line isn't any better. Look at this, Billings 58 overall. At right end, at least we have a senior in Parrish that's 64 overall. Then we have a redshirt freshman, Javon Pennington. I want to get him on, probably, we might transition him to left end. We'll see how it goes though. It's definitely going to be a position battle between every single position here except D tackle because Shane Darby, look at him. He's probably our best defender, 99 strength. He's a beast. He is 5'11". He's kind of smaller for the defensive tackle, but he's strong. He's got 80 hit power, 74 tackling, 70 block shed. So he's going to be, I mean, we're going to need him definitely in the run game because we're going to need to stop the run. We're playing a 3-4 instead of the 4-3 at Indiana. But we also have a good pass rusher here in Ali Christian, 66 overall, but we do have Wiley behind him, who's a 63 overall freshman, redshirt freshman, and he's a little more athletic, 80 speed, 91 excel. So if we might be looking to use both of these guys in the pass rush, we don't know. And plus, we're gonna need to rotate these guys because nobody's really a superstar on this defense. Hale at the middle linebacker position, and then we have a redshirt behind him, 58 overall. So we're just gonna redshirt him. Ramsauer at right outside linebacker. He's an athletic linebacker. He's got 88 excel, 85 speed. Not much more to him though. He's got 77 tackling, but besides that, he doesn't have anything great. 77 pursuit isn't too bad, but he's 62 overall. He's not going to be great. And in the secondary, I mean, we have a sophomore here. He's going to be our best athlete. 86 speed, 89 acceleration. Everybody else isn't really too good. I mean, we have a senior here, 64 overall. He isn't bad, but we do have a freshman here, Macklin. If we look at all these guys' ratings, Macklin's a freshman, and is it worth really using a year eligibility? I don't think so, because if you look at his ratings here, he's got 90 press, which is definitely the highest. He's definitely the strongest when it comes to that, but he's 6'2". He's our biggest guy. We might need him down the road because if you look at the rest of these guys, we got a junior here, a senior here, a senior here. Then we have a senior in front of him, Noah Carter. So we definitely gonna need him down in the future because we don't know how our recruiting is gonna be set up. And on the back end, we got Spencer at free safety. He's gonna be our returner. He's at 91 speed, 91 acceleration, 55 awareness though. I mean, none of these guys have good awareness, but I mean, we're gonna need to use that speed. We might even use him on offense because we don't have anybody that's fast on our team. And backing him was Frederick, but I think Frederick's actually gonna play strong safety because if you look at Goss at strong safety, he's a junior, but he's 58 overall. Doesn't have good coverage skills. I mean, if you look at it, 62 man, 70 zone, and behind him is 67, 60 man. So Elgin Pittman, he's not that good as well. He's 55 overall, so it's not even worth redshirting somebody that might probably get his spot taken anyway. So I mean, if you look at our team here, our fastest guy on our team is Spencer, 91 speed, and then we don't have another guy until 87, which is Noah Carter, and then Goss at strong safety. So we're definitely gonna have to recruit some speed, get into that. So let's just hop into our recruiting board. Let's just set it up, see how it looks. So I usually target 15 to 20 guys. This time I have 27 on our board because I know we have so many holes. Let's just look at the top schools here. So we're 5th on this guy's list. Remember, we're a 1-star school. Matter of fact, let's just look at some of the ratings that are going to help us in recruiting, because we're going to need to boost some of this stuff up. So academic prestige, B, and then campus lifestyle, B as well. I mean, those are the only things that we can actually bank on, and it actually tells you how you can increase those things. So we're gonna have to work on all these athletic facilities. We're just a new program starting out, so we're a C. Coach prestige, I don't know why we're a C- right now. We should be D-, but I mean, we have, I guess it's decent that we have a C- prestige. Coach stability is a D+. We haven't even been at the school a year yet, so that's expected. Everything else, we're independent, so we're gonna be a D- right now. D- in all these: stadium atmosphere, pro potential, program tradition, and television exposure. So we're gonna have to earn our keep with those. But let's just look at our recruiting board now. We are gonna start out as an independent just because we need to get our feet wet. We need to get some exposure, national exposure. We are actually gonna have a tough schedule just to put our name on the map, and it's gonna be tough the first year, but we definitely have uphill. We had to climb quite a bit. I mean, Notre Dame is the best independent, but I don't know. We had to play every team from a Power 5 conference, as many teams as we can. So looking at this, a tackle, Bo Anderson, 73 overall. He wants to come to our school. We're 5th on his list. Joshua Rich, a 64 overall quarterback. We haven't unlocked any of the ratings yet. Maybe a few of these guys we have unlocked. 79 throw power from this guy, quarterback. If you look at all these guys, so up 85 punter, which is actually surprising. We're behind Wisconsin, and with this one, he's 85 overall. He's actually the #1 punter in the nation. So I mean, we got to go after some of these good guys. Shane Jordan, 66 overall. If you just go down this list, I mean, none of these guys are ranked high as far as their overall goes. Josh Dunbar looks like he's the highest so far. He's 69 overall corner. Let's see what we unlocked on him. So we didn't even unlock anything yet. We just unlocked press coverage and acceleration, which doesn't really mean much right now, but he is 69 overall. So let's move him up to top 5. Let's move him up to the 5th spot. Justin Washington, we're behind 255 to him, 3rd on his board. Antoine Smith, running back, 68 overall. So we have quite a few guys here that at least have us targeted on their list. Here's a guy that actually is 1st, so let's move him up. Scott Williams, he's a receiver. We definitely need every single position, so we don't want to slack there. So let's move him up to 6. Keep going down the line. So we have a tackle, offensive line, strong safety. I mean, all these guys are at least interested in going to our school. We're not top on any of these guys' list, so that's the thing. Nobody has us listed 1st. This kicker does, but I mean, he's 62 overall kicker. Chances are other schools aren't going to go after him anyway, because they go after the important positions like linemen, athletes right away. They want to get those guys. Kickers are probably last. But I mean, looking at the top 10 prospects on our list here, we have one guy that wants us 1st on their list. So we're going to have a lot of work to do there. But to round this intro off, let's just look at who we're going to be scheduling, because you know we're going to have to play Wisconsin. That's going to be a rivalry game for us. And then our rivalry, we actually do have Virginia as a rivalry. So we're going to start out the season with a tough game at Notre Dame. It's going to be such a battle. Look at all these great teams we play. We play at Notre Dame, and our second game of the season is going to be, it's not going to be an easy game, but it's a little easier than Notre Dame at home versus Minnesota. But I mean, they're still, every team that we have scheduled, they're ranked at least 30 points higher than us. So I mean, I don't even know if we can win a game this year. Virginia next, that's going to be our rivalry game. We got to at least win that one, just because it's a rivalry game. We do play ACC schools, so we go independent, Big 10, ACC, then we go Big 12, and we go at home versus Baker Mayfield in Oklahoma. Then we go to Wisconsin for another rivalry game. I don't think they're actually a rival, but we're going to actually play them every year just to make it a rivalry. I think you can earn rivalries, but I know when you're in their conference, you can have protected rivalries, but I think the game can pick up on teams you play each year and then eventually make it a rivalry. So hopefully they do that for us. UCF, we're going to play them in the American Athletic Conference. Then we're going to go to the Big 12, play Kansas State at home. Then we're going to play Appalachian State. We're actually going to play at Appalachian State. That's going to be a Sun Belt game. So now we're going on to another American Athletic Conference game, Connecticut. They're our rival in basketball, so I figured I'd play them as well. Then we're going to the Pac-12, Washington, number 8, Fresno State in the WAC, and then we round out the season versus Clemson. So this is going to be a tough schedule. We don't really have any teams that are just bad. Maybe we need to change that up. So we do have 2 American Athletic Conference games here. Maybe we should schedule this middle game as just a normal game versus a team that we can possibly, you know, get an easy matchup versus. So we don't want to make it too easy though, so let's just make it Bowling Green. I don't think we play a MAC team, so let's play Bowling Green. We'll keep it on the road. We'll go back to back on the road. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 home games, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 away games. So we're gonna be away more than at home, and I like that schedule. I mean, we're gonna have a strength of schedule to open up the year, but I mean, it's warranted because we have to at least show teams what we have, at least get our name out there, and we gotta try to win 5 games to win a bowl game, but we're gonna have a lot of upsets. So looking at our coach skills to start out, we're gonna start at level 0, level 1. Our coordinators as well, we have Glenn Ross at defensive coordinator, Johnny Carpenter at offensive coordinator, and we're gonna start out with this recruiting here. We're just gonna try to get at least their true skills. Looks like we can uncover 25% of their true skills using 50 points. So at least when we get that going, we can at least start to recruit faster. And then on our offensive and defensive coordinator end, we're only going to upgrade them at the end of each season. And that's because I don't want it to be unrealistic. You learn at the end of the season. Head coach will probably do it during the season because, you know, we have control over that. But offensive coordinator, we'll probably upgrade them at the end of each season. And who knows, they might eventually move to go to a different school. So that's going to do it. I mean, honestly, this depth chart, we don't know what it's going to look like because right now they have Donnie Wolf as our starting cornerback, but we don't know if he's going to start. I mean, he's our most athletic guy, but right now we got to go into our spring game with an open mind. Everybody's position is not safe because, I mean, the only guy that I can definitively say that has a safe job is our defensive tackle, and that's going to be Darby. So, and probably Rogers. Herman Rogers probably has a safe spot as well. Everybody else's spot is pretty much up for grabs. We don't know what's going to happen. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. We're going into the spring game. Going to have a couple of position battles, so we're going to duke it out for that. So let's go.